Welcome to Local Kitchen, the show that celebrates the very best of local food and produce. I'm here at Lincoln Castle where the celebrations are well underway to mark 1,000 years of traditional crafts. The castle is undergoing extensive restoration at the moment, and I'm going to be meeting the craftsmen involved and learning a lot more about their work later on. I'm also going to be cooking 3 delicious dishes: shoulder of lamb baked in hay, peas with braised lettuce and lovage, and my take on a lovely old recipe, a cherry meringue flan. So I've been out and about visiting local farmers and producers to get my ingredients and to find out why local really is best. Tori, how long have you been farming here for?
We've been here, Rachel, for 4 years now.
And that's obviously with Ben, your husband.
Ben and I have been farming for the last 10 years. Ben is 3rd generation farming.
The passion here for you is the show sheep here?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. And who is this?
This is Blackbrook Frankel, and he's our shearling ram, and he's our show ram for this season.
So what actual breed is he?
He's a Jacob sheep.
And is that what you have here?
We have 3 different breeds of sheep. We have the Texels and the Portlands as well, but we also have the Jacob sheep, which we use for our pedigree breeding stock and showing.
As a breed, do you think it's the best tasting meat?
Yeah, I think so. It's a smaller carcass to the commercial sheep, but with that you get a slow maturing animal,
yes.
And within that you get a really sweet, lovely flavour. It's a really lovely, lovely tasting meat.
So Tori, how many sheep have you got here on the farm?
We've got 40 Jacob ewes and far too many rams, but I'm quite fond of keeping the rams for breeding. And then we run about 300 Texel cross ewes as well.
Yeah. So Frankel's a show ram.
Yes.
But you will breed from him, won't you?
Absolutely. That is his job. His second job is showing and making himself look wonderful. His first job has to be to produce lambs.
The fact that you take your sheep to show means to me that you've got absolute passion.
For us it's really important. It's our showcase. It's to be able to show our customers and our community how much we care about our animals. It's very time consuming to get them ready, washed, trimmed, polished and ready to go, and then that's just before you get to the show. So it is, but we love it and we're very passionate about it, and this is our way of showing people.
Yeah. It's really nice to see you. Thanks ever so much
for
telling me about your show. Well, the weather isn't with us. It's looking a bit grey out there, so I'm going to have to get my coat on and go and get my next ingredients and meet my old mate Ian Watson at Stem Gold Peas. Ian, well, we're standing in a pea field, and this kind of reminds me of my youth because my father was one of the first people to grow peas for freezing, actually in Lincolnshire. Tell me about this particular field of peas. Is it the variety? Is it grown particularly for freezing or what?
This is a field of span vine and peas, Rachel. This has been grown specifically for the freezing market.
Yeah.
We will be harvesting these towards the middle of end of July, and they'll be heading off to the freezers down in Kings Lynn or Boston within 2.5 hours of being picked from this field. In your particular pea group, how many peas do you grow? We're growing 5,000 acres of peas, which is equating to 8,000 tonnes of frozen peas for the UK market.
Now listen, when I was little, my father used to hand grab all the vine, I've got pictures of him, put them actually on the viner, the static viner. It was really time consuming. So how do you actually do it now?
It's all done in one operation. We have a machine, they're called pea viners. We operate 3 of those. They run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And those 3 machines in a 24-hour period can harvest anywhere between 250 and 400 tonnes of peas.
The frozen pea is often better than the hand-pulled one that you get, unless you go straight to your garden, pull it and eat it. If they've been sitting on a supermarket shelf, they're not half as good for you as a frozen pea.
As soon as they're harvested, they're starting to degrade. So the sooner they can get to the freezer, the sooner that all that nutrition and that freshness is sealed in them. With the peas, as you say, quite rightly say, the pods you see on the supermarket shelf have probably come all the way from Kenya. They've been in the air, they've been chilled, they've been warmed, they've been chilled, and they're starting to lose that goodness all the time.
I'm going to go and buy a bag of frozen peas.
Good idea.
So how many hens have you got here, Julie?
We've got 6,500.
And what kind of hens are they?
These are called Lowman Browns. We have these because they lay a lovely golden brown egg.
And what do you actually feed them on?
They're on a special diet. We have a nutritionist coming every month to assess this.
So they get everything they need to produce the best eggs possible?
They do, yes.
So why do you think your hens lay such good eggs?
I think they lay such good eggs because they're on such a good diet. We look after them well. They've got food and water on tap for them all the time. They've got a nice house in there.
And they come outside?
And they come outside. They've got the run of the field.
How many do they actually produce a day, these 6,500?
When they're the fullest lay, we'll get about 5,900 a day.
And do you pack them on site?
We do pack them on site, yes. If you would like to follow me.
That'd be great. Thanks very much. So, Julie, we're in the packing house. How many grades of eggs do you have?
There's extra large, which is 73 grams and above. There's large, which is 63 grams and above. Medium, 53 grams and above. And anything below that is small.
And how many do you do a day then? Just the lot that come out?
Yeah, whatever the hens have laid, we grade all of that.
How do they get from the nesting boxes to here?
Right, all the hens, there's 2 rows of nesting boxes in the shed, and all the hens go to lay their eggs, and then they come down in the central conveyor belt, which you can see coming down on the conveyor belt there.
Well, I'm going to cook with some of your eggs, so can I take some with me?
You certainly can.
And thank you ever so much.
You're very, very welcome.
Lincoln Castle was built in 1068 by William the Conqueror and is home to Lincoln's Magna Carta. The castle is currently undergoing a £22 million restoration project. Lincolnshire County Council have been working on this project since 2005. Now, Richard, this is some task that you have to manage here.
Yeah, but mammoth task is very challenging from day one. Every piece of stone is man-handled, worked by hand. There's no machinery whatsoever, it's all done physically.
Is this the most challenging project that you've ever had?
One of the most challenging, yes. The fact that we're on a live site, which is very important. The castle has remained open right through the duration of the contract. And we have school children, tours, guided tours.
Yes.
And that's every day of the week while we're working. The men are working alongside the general public.
Well, thank you ever so much, Richard. I'm really excited now, so can I go down and see more of the guys?
Please do, and enjoy the rest of the day. It's been a pleasure meeting you.
I'm going to learn a whole lot more, I can see that. Thank you very much.
Thank
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi there.
I'm Rachel.
I'm Heath. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. And you're the head stonemason here
Yes,
at the
that's
castle.
right. Yep.
What are you actually doing here then?
We're taking out the decayed stone
Yes.
and then replacing it with obviously this new stuff. It's the same materials they were using originally when it was built. There's been, in the 60s and 70s, there was a lot of cement pointing, which is quite hard, and all it does, with it being hard, there's no movement. The walls are moving constantly all the time. So we're using the old traditional method of lime mortar, which does allow it to move.
Freely,
Yes.
And what kind of stone is it?
This is Lincolnshire red bed.
So you've got pencil marks on here.
Yeah, what we're doing here is, obviously modern day now, it can be cut with a saw, so you can get a nice flat surface. But this, if it's up on the wall, it looks very shiny. So you give it the tool marks on it. So it replicates how they'd have worked it originally out of a rough block.
Yes.
And also it takes that shine off, the lighting attaches to it, and it'll tone down quicker.
It's been really nice to have met
And you.
And thank you for restoring the castle wall for us.
Lovely, I've enjoyed it.
You know, it's
It has
fantastic.
been good, yeah.
Take care.
All right, thank you.
And what do you do here, Steve?
Well, I'm on the joinery team for Jericho, and what we're tasked with is to restore these doors.
Yes.
And in order to do that, what we need to do is cut out the bad timber, splice in new timber of the same type, and then to make the doors safe, where we've got the metal clad that's deteriorated.
It's quite sharp,
it's
yeah.
corroded away,
Yeah.
very sharp. So then we use an epoxy resin, and we actually bond the steel to the wood.
So am I allowed to go and see one of these restored doors?
Yes, by all means.
Are you
This
coming
way.
with me?
Absolutely.
Great.
Right, Rachel, well, this is one of the doors that is very near to completion now. All we need to do is to fit the spy hole, and then we're all ready for the public.
It's absolutely amazing,
It
isn't it? I
is.
just want to feel the edge. It's all smooth.
It is, it's very good.
You're a man of your word, anyway.
Absolutely, yes.
Thanks ever so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's been really nice to see
Thank you.
I can tell you enjoy it.
I do, very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, I bet those guys are going to be really hungry by the end of the day, so I better get cracking. I'll be back after the break to cook those 3 lovely dishes. See you then. Ooh, let's go and see what's going on in here then. Wow.